I'm telling you, Wendell, I can't go along with you.
But we must remember, Joe, that there are always two sides to every question.
Yeah, the two that you're on are wrong.
Personally, I just dread arguments, but you asked for my opinion.
I told you I respected your opinion, even though it's more stupid than the one you come up with.
But, Joe, the way I differ from you is...
Don't take my word for it. Ask Sam.
That's a splendid idea. What do you think about it, Sam?
Well, in my personal opinion... Wait a second. I don't even know what you two Jaspers are arguing about.
Woman doctor, Dr. Craig.
Well, what do you want to argue about her for? We put up a good fight to get her out of the valley. We lost, so let's get on with the checker game and forget it.
I guess you haven't heard the latest news.
What news?
She's opening up an office in the Shady Rest Hotel.
No kidding.
Yeah, the way I hear it, Doc Stewart's going to handle all the patients down around his office. She's taking care of the ones down our way.
Hey, that means if you get sick, you're stuck with her.
Sam.
Huh?
I'm not laughing along with you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I know how you feel. It'd kill me to have to go to a woman doctor.
Yeah, and that's the way the rest of the guys in the valley feel. Right, Wendell?
Yes, I suppose so. The only thing is, she's such a nice lady. It's a shame that we have to hate her.
Yeah, but forget it. We can't let things like that bother us. Now, the humane thing to do, for her good and for the sake of the valley, is to ask her to leave.
It's easier said than done.
Oh, I don't know. There are ways.
Well, what are we going to do, get up a posse?
No, we'll be more subtle than that. Say, for example, some guy comes down with a mysterious disease that she can't cure. What would you say to that?
I'd say I feel sorry for the poor guy with the mysterious disease.
Sam, you ain't following me. The guy doesn't actually come down with the disease. He fakes the phony symptoms. She can't figure it out. The people in the valley lose confidence in her, and away she goes.
Yeah, I can see how that would work.
Of course, the problem is to find the right guy to pull this off. It calls for a crafty, underhanded type. Hasn't much to do. Lies around all day. We could just come up with a fellow like that. You stop staring at me and help me think.
Joe.
Huh?
Happy symptoms.
Now, wait a minute. We're all in this together. The guy ought to be chosen fair and square. Well, I have it.
Oh, no, you don't. Last time we drew straws, we had so many ties, I ended up with a bald broom.
Well, if you won't go for that, we'll lag for it. The loser becomes a patient and gets a mysterious disease.
Well, wait a second. How are you going to work this?
See the door there? The lag for it, and in the end, the one that's the furthest away is it. Here, you go first, Sam. Here you are, Wendell. Right back over here. Sam, will you lag? They don't warm up this much for the World Series.
Try to top that one.
Go ahead, Wendell. You're next.
Yes, sir. I never did go in much for lagging. I know some of the other boys used to pitch pennies against the wall, but between my paper route and my music lessons...
Wendell, will you throw that thing? Right in the pickle barrel. Tough luck, Wendell.
Next week's special, dilled checkers.
Well, there's no use in me even throwing.
Come on, Joe.
If I couldn't beat that, I really need a doctor.
Go ahead and lag. Oh, wait just a darn minute. You can't roll it, you gotta lag it.
That's the way I lag.
Joe, in fairness to Wendell...
Stand back.
Hey, Joe, by the looks of you, you won't have to come up with a phony illness.
You know, I think this place is going to make a perfect reception room.
And so handy, right off the lobby.
Ooh, you know, he's kind of spooky.
Golly, he looks like he went on one of those crash diets.
You know, for a girl who wants to be a lady doctor, you don't show too much respect for medical science.
Oh, I decided against being a lady doctor.
Oh, how come?
The books are too heavy.
Okay, I think this is just about it. Let's see now. Where'll I put it?
You know, I kind of like it where it is.
Bobby Joe?
I think it's perfect.
I married the wrong sister. Betty Joe rearranges the living room so much, I'm thinking of laying down a set of tracks and putting the furniture on wheels.
You know, Steve, we sure do appreciate your help.
Well, I knew you couldn't count on Joe, not the way he feels about Dr. Craig moving in.
Poor Uncle Joe. He just can't get used to the idea of a woman doctor. Well, he'll change his mind.
No, I wouldn't bet on it. Once Joe forms an opinion, it hardens like a hunk of concrete.
I know, but we're going to push him into the 20th century if we have to do it with a bulldozer.
Hello, girls. Steve.
Hi.
Oh, this is coming along beautifully. You know, this is going to make a fine office.
They got everything but piped-in music.
Well, then, for the time being, every time I take a temperature or check a pulse, I'll just have to hum a few bars. Huh.
It's the sack I use when I catch fish off the trestle. Joe, I wish you'd tell me what these ice cubes are for.
They're all part of my beautiful plan. Wendell, in the next couple of minutes, you're going to be looking at the sickest man you ever saw.
Who? Me? Oh, dear, if I'd known you weren't feeling well, we could have stopped at Ben Miller's and got some apples. You know what they say, an apple a day.
Wendell, will you get it through your head? I ain't going to really be sick. We're just pretending. But first, I got to come up with some mysterious symptoms. That's where this heating pad and the ice cubes come in.
Oh, yes, the heating pad is warm and the ice cubes are cold.
Right. Now, should I put the ice cubes on my chest and the heating pad on my back, or the other way around? What do you think?
Personally, I'm a hot water bottle man myself. I use it on my feet on a chilly evening. But like everything else, there are two schools of thought.
You're a big help.
Thank you. But if we can't help our fellow man, what are we here for?
I know what I'll do. I'll put the heating pad on my chest and the ice cubes on my back.
Oh, that way you'll be cold on one side and hot on the other.
Right. We'll have Doc Craig so confused she won't know her stethoscope from a thermometer.
Joe, how do you ever think of these things?
Wendell, when a man's born with a rare gift, he don't ask questions. He accepts it.
I guess some people have it and some people don't.
Now, to make my illness look more serious, here's what I want you to do.
Oh, this is going to be just great, girls. We just have a few more books to go, and then we'll be all set.
Move to the right, Bobby. Oh, that's good.
Excuse me.
Hi, Wendell. Mr. Gibbs.
Pardon me for bothering you, but Joe would like to know how to spell bequeath.
Bequeath? B-E-Q-U. Bequeath? Where is Uncle Joe?
He's upstairs.
Is something wrong?
No, he's just on his deathbed.
Oh, no.
I'll go right up and see him. Nothing like having a doctor in the house.
Come in. Hi, Sam.
No, Mr. Carson. It's Dr. Craig.
Oh, guess my eyes are playing tricks on me.
What seems to be the trouble?
I don't know. My body keeps getting hot and cold.
You mean you have a fever 1 minute and chills the next?
No, at the same time. How high does that thing go?
106 degrees.
Only 106? You better stand back. I'll break it.
face is flushed and your hands are cold. Well, your pulse is normal.
Broke a record, eh, Doc?
Oh, your temperature's normal, too.
What kind of doctrine is this? We got chills and fever, burning up in front and freezing behind. You tell me I'm normal.
Yes, your chest is nice and warm, and, well, your back's like ice.
I keep trying to tell you.
Take a deep breath. Again. Well, there's no congestion.
Don't make it hard on yourself, Doc. I got the kind of body that baffled medical science for years. I've had many a doctor come and look at me and shake his head and walk away.
Let me take your pulse again.
There's only one man understands the peculiar nature of my chemistry.
Who's that?
Old Doc Stewart. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be alive and sick today.
And you can get this filled over at Medberry's.
Excuse me. Hello, Dr. Stewart.
Well, Dr. Craig, how are you making out with your new office?
Oh, just fine. One of these days, just as soon as I'm settled in, we're going to have a formal opening.
Good. I'll be down to Krista with a bottle of iodine.
Listen, do you have a minute?
Oh, I don't have any appointments left for the rest of the week, except with a smallmouth bass and Lake Wilderness.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to keep you from that, so I'll be brief. I've just come from a case that's left me, somewhat bewildered.
Well, now, who could that be?
Mr. Carson.
Understandable.
What?
I don't favor an absentee diagnosis, but in this case, I'd say he's bluffing.
Bluffing? Well, now, why would he do that?
I've been through this for years. Every fall, regular as clockwork, when it comes time to get in the wood for the winter, he comes down with a strange seizure. And then come spring, when it's time to put up the window screens, he's confined to bed with a mysterious virus.
An ailment for all seasons.
You name the job, and he'll find an illness for it.
Why would he pull a stunt like that on me?
Oh, probably trying to make you look bad. You know, the resentment he's built up against lady doctors.
Yes. What do you suggest I do about it?
Well, I had some sugar-coated pink pills here. You give them to him. They won't do him any good, but they won't do him any harm either. At least you've treated him. And then, forget it.
All right. Thank you very much. And good luck on your fishing trip. And I hope you get that small-mouthed bass to say, oh.
Come in. It's so dark. Who is it?
Sam Drucker.
Oh, gummit, Sam, why don't you say so? You know, being an invalid can get a man down.
Thought your present, Joe. Ginger snaps. Gift wrapped for that extra touch of glamour.
Oh, you didn't need to do that. I'm not really sick, you know. I'm just faking.
So am I. The box is empty.
Why?
Don't panic, Joe. I'm just kidding. Say, how did you do with Dr. Craig? Do you think you put it over on her?
Did I put it over on her? Sam, I threw that poor woman the biggest curve since old Dizzy Dean hung up his glove.
Really crossed her up, huh?
By the time that poor girl walked out of here, she was taking her own pulse instead of mine. I invented symptoms they haven't even discovered yet.
Sounds like that'd get rid of her.
Can't miss. Well, this time she's turning in her little black bag into Doc Stewart's, probably on her way back east.
Here you are, Joe. More ice.
Wendell, I don't need any more ice.
Oh, yes, you do. I just brought Dr. Craig back on the cannonball.
What?
Yeah. I ran all the way up here from the stop to warn you. A dog even nipped at my ankle.
Wendell, are you sure about this?
Sure, I'm sure. I know when I'm dog-nipped. Look, I'll show you.
I'm not talking about that. I mean Dr. Craig.
It's Dr. Craig. May I come in?
Just a minute. Wait till I'm decent.
That could take a lifetime.
Sam, press that hot pad on my chest. Wendell, put the press the ice against my back.
Okay, Joe. Where do you want?
Right there.
Okay.
I heard Mr. Carson cry out in pain, and I thought I'd better come right in.
Oh, Doctor, he's in terrible shape. All of a sudden, he started moaning and twitching like that.
I see. Well, you give him 2 of these every 3 hours, and he'll have a complete recovery. Goodbye, gentlemen.
Oh, well, aren't you going to give him an examination or something?
No, that won't be necessary. He's doing just fine.
She certainly didn't seem very concerned.
Yeah, well, doctors are always seeing a lot of human misery. They're probably hardened to it.
She probably took one look at you and said to herself, well, let's put a lily on his chest and forget it.
Oh,
What's wrong, Joe?
just as I predicted. You see these pills? Those are the very same pills Doc Stewart gives me every time I'm sick.
What's that prove?
Proves how baffled she was over my illness. Had to go running to Doc Stewart to get help.
Do the pills work for you, Joe?
Every time. It's a miracle drug Doc Stewart came up with, just for me.
What are you going to do with him, Joe? You know you're not sick.
Even if I was dying, I wouldn't let him cure me. See her get the credit.
Dr. Craig, are you trying to tell us that he's been faking? That he's been up to his old tricks? Is that it?
Well, girls, just remember, you didn't hear it from me. Don't worry, we won't blow the whistle on him.
We'll go along with him.
We always do.
Honestly, I've never seen anyone crave attention like Uncle Joe does. Sorry, outside of you.
Fiddle, will you hurry up and get them ice cubes out of there before I freeze to death?
I'm trying to hurry, but they're slippery.
Sam, look at that dresser drawer and see if there's any clean linen. I can't get back into bed and lie on them wet sheets.
Now maybe you'll come to your senses and stop all this nonsense.
Stop now? Just when we got her on the run?
Now, Joe, all this misery and pain you're going through.
Sam, anything worthwhile is worth suffering for. Take George Washington at Valley Forge.
And you're going to stand there and compare yourself to Washington at Valley Forge?
No, there's no comparison. I'm colder.
You know something? Ice cubes are a lot like snowflakes. No two are exactly alike.
Wendell, will you stop with the snowflakes and the ice cubes before I shake myself to death? That's it. Rub it in. Wag your tail, create a breeze. That's all I need's a draft. Boy, I got it bad. Well, I ain't faking this time. Go ahead.
Hi, Joe. Brought down a copy of The Guardian so you can see the item about... Hey, Joe, you're doing beautiful. I never saw you look so sick.
Sam,
Gesundheit. Oh, that sneeze is a good touch. Could have fooled me with it if I hadn't known better.
Sam.
And those lips. I've never seen such a beautiful shade of purple. What did you do, color them with grape juice?
Oh, I didn't color with grape juice.
Boy, and your eyes. Hey, that's the topper. All bleary and bloodshot. Joe, you're fantastic. You'll have Doc Craig turning in her tongue depressors before the week is out.
Sam, feel my forehead.
Hey, that's nice and hot. How'd you work that out?
Sam, I ain't working anything out. I'm really sick.
What?
Feel my back.
It's frigid.
You know, that's without any ice cubes.
Joe, you could be sick.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, you ninny.
Well, it's probably from lying in those wet sheets. Oh, this could be serious, real serious. Well, what I'm trying to say is, Joe, you could be sick. Sarah, get me Doc Stewart and hurry. Yeah, it's an emergency. I'll explain later. Just get me through to him. Boy. What? He doesn't, huh? Well, you better try Doc's answering service. His answering service. Luther's Feed and Grain Store. Oh, hello, Doc. I was just trying to get Doc Stewart.
Oh, well, that'll be a little hard to do. He's up at Lake Wilderness. He won't be back until the end of the week.
Oh, no kidding. Forget it, Sarah. I said... They haven't heard from Doc Stewart, but Luther has a special on chicken feed, $4.49. I don't have time for that, Sarah. This is bad. Joe needs Doc. He's getting worse.
Oh, more chills and fever?
Well, no, I don't know what went on before, but the poor guy is really sick. I just left him. He was perspiring and shaking. He's in a bad way. Now, honest he is. I'm not kidding.
Well, I can see that you're not. All right, I'll get right down there.
Thank you, Doctor.
You got here, huh, Doc? Oh, it's you. I want Doc Stewart.
Doc Stewart's out of town.
But I gotta have him. He knows every corpuscle in my body.
Well, now, just relax. Everything's going to be all right.
Gosh, Doc Craig really went up there in a hurry. You don't think it's anything serious, do you?
I don't know.
Can I believe what I read this time?
Yeah. These ain't no mystery symptoms.
Evidently not.
Doc, I'm sorry about the hard time I gave you. I'm ashamed. I'll tell you what. When you stick that in me, I won't even mind if you smile.
Just forget the past.
All I ask is that you pull me through. Not for my sake, just so I can tell the whole valley what a miserable fraud I've been.
Well, in that case, then, I'll have to do my best.
Hi, everybody.
Uncle Joe!
Hey, it's good to see you up and around.
You look much better, doesn't it? Yeah, come on over here and sit down.
We were worried about you for a while, you know.
I got to feeling better and thought I'd come down. Do I smell a pot roast in the oven?
With brown potatoes and fried onions.
Now, Doc Craig says you're not ready for any solid foods yet.
Just broth and milk toast.
Doc Craig, she can't tell me what to do.
Oh, yes, she can.
If she weren't here to take Doc Stewart's place, you wouldn't be smelling that pot roast.
I'll tell you a little secret. All that treatment she gave me didn't mean a thing. What really turned the tide was them pink pills she brought the first time. The ones Doc Stewart gives me all the time.
Hello there, fella. What have you got there? A bottle of pills. Pink pills.
And the bottle's still sealed. Uncle Joe, you didn't even take these pills, did you? Now admit it.
Well, maybe those shots and stuff Doc Craig gave me did help, but only on account of my iron constitution. Boy, if you're a man's best friend, I'm going out and look me up some enemies.
Up next, an hour of Ed's. Stay tuned for Mr. Ed, followed by the Ed Sullivan Show, here on TV Land.
Petticoat Junction.